Moon is in Pisces, who can do some spiritual shit and get away with it. Ha 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 ha. What's up, conscious leaders? This is the Leo Mystic with the Inner Peace forecast for the 28th of April until the 5th of May, which ends with the new moon in Taurus. We're looking at the planets and their meaning for us in our lives. How can we integrate them as a conscious leader? Okay, I think this is pretty much the most important time that we're stepping into right now as a conscious leader. We got to look at how can we integrate our biggest power of ourselves. How can we step into our power? Because why? We're going to be having a sincerely big moment of reflection on our responsibility, on our integrity, on what we see as our duty here on earth. It can be more important, right? And it is having a difficult aspect with our communication. So you might be feeling and reflecting on your responsibility, your job, on stepping into your leadership, on living your truth, it is asking you to step on the mountain, on the top of the mountain, and then look at it and just throw it away. It's reshape, rethink that. And this is, for instance, if let's say that you have been led to believe the conditioning of your upbringing, that you have to study and so that you can get a good job and get a pension and earn a good money. What you're going to be hearing these times, and the reason I'm saying this is because Saturn in his home sign of Capricorn, which is all about all those things that I just said, is going to go retrograde. Now, whenever a planet goes retrograde, it means that it's closest to the Earth, so it is having its energetic impact bigger on the Earth, right? So this means with Pluto there, which is destroying every single responsibility that we are led to believe, that is our conditioning. So what you're going to be hearing a lot of is, this is how things are done here. This is just the way things are done here. And you're going to be like, fuck no, I don't think so. Remember, we got 70 to 75% in consensus state, which means they're in a state of victim mentality. So they will be forced to reflect on their responsibility, on their integrity, but most of them won't know because they're not thinking. If you're watching this channel, it means that you're thinking ahead for yourself. It means that you are developing yourself. It means that you are aware that there is a higher truth, that there is a higher power directing your life, that you have choices. But, most of people in society, which is what Capricorn is, are not aware of that. So they will be forced to reflect on their responsibility, on what they're bringing to Earth, on why they have been born. Why have you been born? And then just shrug their shoulders, and Saturn, which what it most does is gonna push you against the wall, and you're gonna be in a situation where you have to face your duty. You got, whether that is in Capricorn, and Pluto in Capricorn means losing your job. Why? Because you hold on to what your parents led you to believe, that you have to be studying, that you have to be getting a job in. And so then, you know, the universe is saying, no, you're wasting your talents. You're wasting, you know, why you've chosen to come here on this planet Earth. So that's what we're going to be thinking about. And, you know, since it is having a difficult aspect to Mercury, which is our communication and our thinking in Aries, which is start new things, do new things. Venus in Aries is there too, you know, just explore new, not explore, but just, you know, do new relationships, find new people, start new relationships, talk to them, go out, you know, and just be bold and reshape your values. Stand up for what you know in your heart that, you know, if you, for instance, know that you read people, that you understand people, that you want to do something to contribute to this earth, which is what I think of, where we're going to see the reshaping in values is money, food, agriculture, just values of yourself, like asking yourself, you know, you don't even fucking value me anymore. Like just challenging our boss because they're not taking us into consideration and the elite is doing what they want to do. All of that is just going to go. It's just going to fall because every single person, including you, is asking or is being asked to step into its personal power, to self-actualize, to rethink, what am I worth? Now, it is necessary to come home to your true self, North Node in Cancer. Now, with that moon in Pisces on the 29th, 30th of April, and the 1st of May, beginning of the 1st of May in Pisces, it's going to be, oh, it all looks good, man. It's all so beautiful. And there is an understanding towards the people that do not understand you. There's a compassion, or you don't see it. You're like, you think that your world is already here, so we can be, you know, confused. Or we can believe that we already have a new Earth. But guess what? It's not here yet. But that's the, you know, with the moon on Neptune, the moon in Pisces is like, you just see you only see the beauty, right? But once that moon goes into Aries, you are going to you're going to be, I ask you to use that moon in Pisces to not Netflix and chill, to not lose yourself in overeating, to not lose yourself in just escaping to Eden, because Eden is fucking here. And so Neptune 2, Source, God, is approaching a good aspect with the North and the South Node. This is pretty much God helping you, showing you what home feels like, Cancer, and Neptune in Pisces. Stepping into our feelings, surrender, trust God, trust Source. Doing things like A Course in Miracles. Doing things like letting go, like surrendering. And what courses did you take? What countries did you explore? What new philosophies did you adopt? What new teachers appeared in your life? And the answer is there on what you want to integrate into in your life. For instance, I bet that the eclipse in Leo of January 31st, I think it was, taught you a big fucking lesson. To that sometimes, you don't need to be in control, that you have to think about yourself first and not about others, that you cannot impose your will on other people, that you don't have to push your ego on other people, but that you're here for a service. And that not everything will go the way you want it to go, but the way God wants it to go. And that there's a higher power and a higher divine order that is divinely guiding you towards that, and that you have to listen and not fight because of social conditioning, because of your parents that taught you that you need to have a home, you need to have a family, and you have to study or whatever. And so the answers are in what countries did you explore? Where did you travel to? What philosophies, what new teachers appeared in your life? And what did you learn? For instance, I've been studying Rudolf Steiner's Knowing Higher Worlds, A Course in Miracles. I went to Cuba. I went to New York. I did new projects. I mean, all of these things taught me valuable freaking lessons of self-love, of true perception. Now, that is my world. That has been my world. That's what I need to integrate into the new world, and is in new values to myself, and not lose myself in which when on Friday, Saturday, right before, and Sunday, right before the new moon is happening, Mars is going to come in an opposition with Jupiter, which can take things too far, of being too much in the comfort zone, or being too much just exploring Eden and just like, dreaming of another world. But the Sun in Taurus, and especially the new moon, is about what can you contribute to Earth here, right now, for yourself, in your life, in your new value systems, that you as a human being, you're, just constructing a new comfort zone, if you will. That's what that is about. And it is asking you to bring in source, bring in God, bringing in spiritual practice, to bring in, a reaching hand towards society, towards the authorities that are just acting out of greed, acting out of conditioning, not thinking further. And Mercury in Aries and Venus in Aries is like, step into your power, your belief system, actualize yourself, do what you need to do. You can do it. And there's pain in that. There is a big pain in that. Chiron in Aries is there. In the beginning of Aries, this is, and especially Mercury squaring those notes, is imposter syndrome. Let's just say that you're someone who just started his own business and then just like is a life coach, and now you need to ask for money, right? Which is, oh my God, in this society, money is something to worry about, something to be serious about. And you can't ask that much money as when you're a spiritual coach. Bullshit. Literally bullshit. Sun in Taurus, pun intended. But seriously, you're going to feel like an imposter. You're going to think like, I don't know enough yet. I can't ask that much money. No, this is asking you to step up and speak what you're worth. Ask the money you're worth. That's all that is doing. And so the moon is going to come on Uranus first, and you're going to check in and see and feel for yourself, what have I contributed already to this planet Earth? And how am I feeling about it? How am I feeling about how agriculture is going? How am I feeling about the money I spend on a new Earth? As in like, what are my choices? And your choices are your power. That's where you give energy. Does that hit you? I mean, like, where you put your money is what you find valuable. And so are you spending money on whatever, like useless gadgets that you don't need? Useless, I mean, clothes are fucking amazing. But do you really need to buy that extra, like, pair of shoes, that extra, you know, chair in your house? Do you really need that extra sanitizer in your bathroom? Do you really need the fifth mirror in your house? I mean, like, so that you can observe yourself. I mean, where are you spending your money? And it is asking you to spend your money where you can contribute collectively to a new earth, where you can give something of value to this earth that is organic food, that really heals this planet. I mean, that's all I'm going to end here, because I feel like I can just like speak more and just give more, but that's already enough. This is what a true conscious leader does, is like he truly thinks about where is he spending his money and what lessons can I integrate every single time and just act for a better world. And if you want to learn more, go to theleomystic.com, which will come online on the 5th of May. So by next Monday, you will see a blog appearing, written blog. You will see the blog on my website, theleomystic.com, and you will also be able to book a session with me. You will also be able to check out the roundtable, which is going worldwide, and we're spreading our teachings to build conscious leaders and to build a dialogue between the business world and the spiritual world, which is needed very, very much. So, but before I go, my question to you is, what do you like to spend money on that contributes not only to this planet Earth, but just like, what is something that you spend money on most of the time for yourself? Because that too, I mean, it's not only serious, because that's what the Saturn retrograde is all about, you know, just squaring Mercury. It's like, it's not only about being serious. There's too much seriousness in this world anyway. Heck, that's what I'm learning to let go of. And that's where I'm going to be able to just look for myself. Where am I being too serious? Where am I just trying to hold on too much in control of my environment? All of that is what Saturn retrograde is teaching you. And it is asking you to think fast, to do, and to think new. To think new. Think new and integrate that. This was the Leo Mystic. Thank you so much, Conscious Leader. See you next week. Subscribe to this YouTube channel while you're at it. Much love.